What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. If you are a Pepe 2.0 holder and you're new to the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Really appreciate everybody's support. I do want to go ahead and welcome everybody. Let me go ahead and check if we are currently going live. So right now I'm currently in my tablet, seeing if we're good. Comment down below if you do join just in time, and let me know if we are good to go. Let me go ahead. Let's go ahead and listen to some background music. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get the vibes going. Give it about I would say about a minute or maybe 30 seconds. Let me just go ahead and double check on my tablet if we're up and running, and we'll go ahead and talk about overall sentiment of the market. So it does look like we are live, so that's good to know. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about Pepe 2.0. I'm gonna title it something like something that's gonna catch everybody's attention, right? Like warning if you're a Pepe 2.0 holder. I think this is some very important news. I'm not trying to create any FOMO or any FUD. I just want to go ahead and provide that information that I see right now that is not just on Pepe 2.0 but the overall sentiment of the market. So we're going to be talking about that today as well. We're going to be looking at the overall cryptocurrency market. We're going to go ahead and give out some hidden gems, so make sure to watch to the end. If you're new to these live streams, I go ahead and focus. The goal is to go ahead and do daily live streams every day, and especially if they're Pepe 2.0 live streams. Anything related with VCs on Twitter Spaces or any of that sort. So if you're a holder of Pepe 2.0, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. But before I do go ahead and move forward, I hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday, wonderful Saturday. I would say I was going to say congratulations, right? Congratulations for ending the week. But no, I really appreciate everybody's support. The channel has been growing tremendously because of everybody. And you know, you showing support by liking and commenting not only pushes out the content that we're talking about in the news, but as well it helps me create more content. So go ahead and comment down the next meme coin or altcoin or any other project that you want me to go ahead and talk about. It could be NFTs, anything crypto related I'm open to, or just even tell me how your day's going so far, right? It's all about building that community with this my bad, my mic kind of fell over. Building this crypto community. I know I've been having some little bit of not camera issues, but mic issues, a lot of background noise, so I'm going to be getting all of that situated this week or next coming up week. So definitely go ahead and begin to see more improvement in the content quality. As well, a new camera is going to be coming up, a whole entire new little setup on the studio is going to be coming up. So very excited for all that. But most importantly, I'm more excited about the overall crypto market. So we're going to go ahead and start off with some crypto news. Go ahead and make sure, before I forget, go ahead and support the channel by using my MEXC link down below. You could get up to 9,100 in bonuses. The event ends in about 10 days, so go ahead and do that. No KYC required. And you can actually go ahead and use up to 200x leverage trading your favorite meme coins. And guess what? One of those is Pepe 2.0. So, you know, we talk a lot about meme coins in this channel. So if you're a swing trader or a trader and you want to take advantage of leverage trading, go ahead and use my link down below. Would really appreciate that. But we're going to go ahead and talk about some news, overall sentiment of the market today. And then we're going to start off with, what should we start off with? Let's go straight to the news. We're going to go ahead and talk about what is going on with Pepe 2.0, my thoughts, my opinion, what we could go ahead and see looking forward, and as well the overall sentiment of the market, as I repeated myself multiple times. So we're going to go ahead and start off by looking at the Telegram. I like starting off this way because I believe there is some new updates. Let me see. I did want to mention, so this is where the information's at. So LBank is doing a marketing campaign right now with Pepe 2.0, so that is massive good news for everybody. So we are getting, you know, those news coming in, which is really good, what we've been waiting for, right? And everybody has been asking. And let me see where the Telegram pin's at. I don't know. I think all these messages got deleted. I don't know what the case is, but we're gonna go ahead and head over to Twitter to see if we can find it there. I usually tend to retweet a lot of this. Okay, so here you go. Found it. So LBank Labs is pretty much like a venture capital of LBank. And we're going to go ahead and deep dive a little bit more into it, but we're going to go ahead and read off the tweet that they posted. Exciting news for Pepe 2.0. Pepe 2.0 has received support from LBank Labs Meme Special Fund. This fund was established to high quality, innovative meme projects, foster industry growth, and contribute to a wider community. Inspired by the iconic Pepe the Frog, Pepe 2.0 aims to create a decentralized marketplace for digital arts and collectibles. This partnership will offer exposure and opportunities for Pepe 2.0, gain recognition, and flourish in the crypto community. Together, we aim to contribute to the growth and evolution of meme-centric space. Stay tuned for more updates on this exciting journey. Let's go. And I was doing my research and I was like, what is LBank Labs, right? Like, what is LBank Labs? I've heard of LBank. I know it's an exchange, but what is LBank Labs? So reading onto this, it was actually quite interesting, and I really want everybody to go ahead and see how bullish these news are. If we go ahead and read into what is LBank Labs, just to go ahead and break it down and not like sit here and read through articles with you, but to pretty much break it down, they're like a venture capital fund. So pretty much a venture capital, and what they do is they go ahead and help projects or developers or CEOs to go ahead and get connected to either more exchanges, their development side of things, like maybe staking, whether it's NFTs, for example, right? Metaverses. They help them connect to other founders. Pretty much, it's a venture capital that would help them get additional exposure. Plus, they have money in the back end, which they could be feeding, whether that's marketing, growing the team a lot bigger exchanges. So pretty much, they're an investor in short terms. That's what LBank Labs is. So that is extremely bullish news. I'm sure a lot of people are not aware how bullish those news are, but I didn't even know LBank had like a /capital venture capital kind of side of things, right? You have their portfolio right here, and you can see the companies that they've worked with and they're partnered with, which is pretty exciting. I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard of these or probably seen them around. I believe Theta is pretty big, if I can recall, and Arc Capital, I've heard of that one, and Ocean. I know Ocean's pretty big as well. So these are, partnerships. So these are actually companies they invested in. You can just go ahead and get an example of Lunar Crush. It's kind of like a DEX tools. So they were early adopters to this. So that's really bullish news, and I'm sure a lot of people are not aware how big that is, because it seems like probably not the community has been reacting like very big. Like they probably don't realize how big those news are, but they're massive news. And this is one of the reasons why I suggest everybody to go ahead and smash that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, or if you just come by and just watch the videos but don't subscribe, because I'm over here doing the research and providing the news and breaking it down as simple as possible to go ahead and make your life a lot easier. So that's my job, and my job is to go ahead and break down the news, look for the research, do all that while you and everybody relax, spend time with the family, go outside, touch some grass, enjoy yourselves, and you guys would know that you guys could definitely go ahead and look forward to some massive news. I'm willing to always go ahead and pull out and record. Obviously, the whole thing is always do your own, your own research, always do your own research. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, but you subscribing does definitely go ahead and help you in your research journey or progress, if you want to call it. So I'll go ahead and break down a lot of these news. It's really massive news. It kind of seems like a lot of people are not reacting really well to it, or they're not really realizing how massive those news are. That's pretty much it for on the Twitter side of things. Twitter Spaces are going to be coming a little bit more often. I'm trying to go ahead and host them as well. So let's go ahead and see how things go. Obviously, if I do get the chance to go ahead and help host these Pepe 2.0 Twitter Spaces, you guys will go ahead and get the insight both ends, right? From the actual live stream where you can communicate, and in the Twitter space. But ideally, the whole entire reason why I do these live streams and I do this is more to go ahead and have that interaction with everybody. And most importantly, to go ahead and record any news that you guys miss. For example, like VCs. I think there might be a VC tonight for Pepe 2.0. So I know a lot of you might be working and probably spending time with the family, going out, having fun. In the meantime, I'll be recording those, right? And if you guys didn't get the chance to watch it on that Friday night, you guys could always go back, watch it on Saturday or on Sunday or on Monday, whenever you get the chance, right? So that's kind of the benefit that you do get by subscribing. But yeah, so that's pretty much the news on that end. Hopefully we could go ahead and get some news coming up this weekend. You know, if anything comes out, any emergency news, I'll be the first, at least that's the goal, right? To be one of the first YouTubers to go ahead and post that kind of content. So we're gonna go ahead and run into some crypto news before we run into like what's going on with technical analysis and why this is a huge warning for Pepe 2.0 and the whole entire crypto community. So go ahead and make sure to continue watching, because these are very important news and it kind of almost seems like it's playing out. So you definitely want to go ahead, if you are a holder or not just Pepe 2.0, but of a lot of these other cryptocurrencies and memes, you definitely have to go ahead and stay tuned to watch, because these are some very critical points you need to go ahead and keep in mind and be on the lookout for. So we're going to go ahead and start off with some crypto news like we usually do. I usually just go ahead and run through this, see if there's anything interesting that we could go ahead and like quickly just touch bases about. Yeah, I really don't care about him leaking his diary. Let's see how important this is. All right, so Bankman diverted $10 million of FTX US funds to his personal account, and for his brother Gabriel planned to buy an island nation of Nauru with foundation funds, and over 100 million donated politically. So doesn't surprise me. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of people knew there was something going on, but like the kind of whole entire persona Sam Bankman kind of like pictured himself with, or pictured himself as. He pictured himself as this like very humble guy that's like not here for the money. He's here to go ahead and make a change into this crypto space, and you know, he's looking for the best, and that's all he wants, right? Well, he pretty much tricked everybody into believing that, which wasn't really so much the case. And the thing that's really interesting, everybody's like, oh, look at that humble guy. He drives a Prius. I think he was driving an old beat up Prius, while in the meantime he was sending over $10 million to his own personal account. And from what I heard, he was buying a lot of real estate and all that. So like, you know, this is one of those scenarios where they say don't judge a book by its cover, and it usually turns out positively, right? This one kind of turned out negatively. I would just definitely say, I know a lot of people always ask me, you know, what I suggest. In my opinion, personally, obviously not financial advisors, solely my opinion, I would suggest everybody to not go ahead and hold any cryptocurrency or a lot of cryptocurrencies on any of the exchanges. Let's say, for example, if you're trading on MEXC or Bybit, whatever the case is, go ahead and make your profit. Take out the money you have to take in. Let's say, for example, you have 50 grand and you want to go ahead and slowly start pulling out into other assets or different areas. Go ahead and have some liquid cash on the side on exchanges and outside of exchanges, because with exchanges it's kind of risky due to the fact that, you know, a scenario like FTX could happen. And most importantly, a lot of with exchanges, it could also go ahead and freeze your funds. So, and I kind of think personally that kind of defeats the whole entire point of cryptocurrencies to begin with. That's why I'm very big on DeFi. But I would suggest that to not go, or if you do have money on exchanges, go ahead and have an amount that you're okay losing if anything does go wrong, right? Like if you have, let's say 100,000, right? And you only have 100,000 all into an exchange, I would suggest to go ahead and have, you know, half of that and then have another, you know, the other 50,000 into like a private ledger or whatever the case is. That's what I would suggest, you know. Even with MetaMask, you know, I would say keep a minimal amount of money and just kind of pull out. Always go ahead and create new MetaMask wallets, because due to the fact that if you accidentally click on a link, You don't want, any hackers or any malicious viruses going on the back end where they kind of could go ahead and take over your crypto. It's happened to me in the past, happened to me last bull run. So I would always go ahead and suggest be very careful what you click on, and always go ahead and change your wallets. And if you have a ledger, do not connect that to any minting site. Do not connect that to any any site that you can connect your wallet directly, right? I would suggest you using like a MetaMask, and then out of that MetaMask sending your money or your funds onto the ledger. But I would suggest don't connect your ledger to anything directly, just to not go ahead and have that vulnerability of getting hacked on that end. And as well, do not keep any passwords on your phones. Don't keep your private keys. Don't do any of that on your phones, because it could sim swap you, which means they pretty much just take over your phone line, your phone company, and they act as you, and they change your passwords and pretty much have access to all your devices or all your information, which then they could go ahead and use that to their advantage to go ahead and open up, your private keys, your bank accounts, whatever the case is, right? So that's something I would suggest. It looks like nothing much is going on that end. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at, let's go ahead and start off with Pepe 2.0 charts, and then we're going to go ahead and look into the whole entire sentiment of the market and the red flags that I'm seeing. So currently right now on the daily is looking pretty good. It's not looking too bad. We're currently hovering around 16.66 million market cap. What a lucky number. And volume right now, it's at 1.26 volume, which is not too bad. Liquidity is still locked for about 11 months, which is good. Let's go ahead and see how people are reacting. So it's kind of a 50-50 chance. It looks like a little bit more buyers and sellers, and it looks like some sentiment of a bullish market is looking pretty good. So it is not looking too bad, actually. Let's go ahead and take a look at the hourly. Hourly, one of the biggest goals would be to go ahead and break above this green square right here to make it very simple. And then we're going to go ahead and look at the daily back again, and I want to go ahead and point out what's very important. So what could actually be happening in the next couple hours, and this is where the big test is going to happen, right? Or even on the daily, is what could possibly happen is that we could go ahead and touch back to this area right here in the 0.34 and then bounce back, breaking that 0.5 area, 0.45, and that would be a very important area to go ahead and break, in my opinion. Looking at the weekly, there still hasn't been a full-on confirmation that we are back, this downtrend's over. So we could go ahead and expect this to still, dump a little bit more. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 15-minute real quick. 15-minute does seem like there has been some action going on right here. If you see, could possibly be some liquidations on some of these leverage trading platforms such as MEXC. But let's go ahead and look at the daily back again, and I want to go ahead and point out this very important area that I've been talking about in the last couple of days. I mentioned that there's a high probability that we might break above this green rectangular or square. We're going to call it square. There's a high probability we'll break through this green square, touch this red square, get rejected, and possibly dump. I wouldn't say it's a high probability, right? Because I don't want to create any FUD, but it's a probability that could actually really happen. We could go ahead and do like another fake out, if you want to call it, where it's going to get pumped one more time to these areas. I think it's very possible to have that 3-4x pump to that 0.10, 0.9 area and then dump. And the reason being is due to the fact that if you go ahead and leverage trade a position right here, and you're leverage trading with let's say 200x, and you just captured a 200% return, which is about a 2x, imagine the kind of money you're making, right? You're making a really good amount of money. And now let's say you go ahead and you push to the upside, and then you go ahead and dump. There's a high probability we could go ahead and dump down to 80% from this top area right here. And that is just based on this kind of head and shoulders pattern that has been forming. This kind of almost looks like another shoulder, but I think realistically we could actually go ahead and create an actual real shoulder up to this red square and then dumping. Obviously, the way that would change that is if we get an overall sentiment of the market that there is some bullish news, such as like the L Bank marketing and the overall crypto marketing reacting very well. And if we do go ahead and hold support around this red square, the next area would be breaking through that red square, right? And once we do break through that red square, we would need a lot of momentum and volume. So right now the volume's kind of low. It does look like it's slowly picking up, but I'm not going to be full on bullish. There's going to be a lot of people FOMOing around this area right here. Once we break that green square, there's going to be a lot of people FOMOing in. And it could be new investors, or it could be current investors that they probably already sold, and they're going to try to get back in again one more time, thinking that this might be the massive pump. And then they're going to be pretty much, you're going to get slapped in the back of the head without them even knowing, and then it's going to dump even further down to 8 million market cap, which I think it's very possible. You know, even at a 16 million market cap, I think it's still really bullish. I'm not saying this project is dead. I'm not creating any FUD or any of that, right? I'm just saying that it's very possible that we could go ahead and see Pepe 2.0 dump down to the 8 million market cap, and then the big whales are going to be buying in very heavily, then pushing up to new all-time highs. Yeah, sorry about that. But that's on the daily chart. So we just have to be on the lookout for that. As we do see Hoppy, a token that I've been talking about, that I've been very bullish. I called it at around 12 million market cap. It has dumped over 80%. Right now we have pumped a little bit back above above 1 million, because we were at actually a 1 million. But one thing that I found very interesting, that this follows a pattern very similar to Pepe 2.0, and so that's why I'm very bullish on this. Be on the lookout for this. Something very similar to what I'm saying on Pepe 2.0. Until we get that full-on confirmation that we are bullish, it would be breaking this purple square, and it would be above the 0.10 area, which even then won't be, you know, full-on confirmation of a bullish trend. But it does look like we might be forming a cup and handle here, the similar one I called that on Pepe 2.0. And then after that, we had it pump all the way up to 95 million market cap. So I would say be on the lookout for Hoppy. I think that might be the next hot thing. Currently, obviously, it has dumped a lot since I called it, but I think so far it is looking pretty good and pretty bullish. The only thing I would say, which is a pretty big red flag, is that there's only 2 months left of locked liquidity. So just be on the lookout for that. Just be very careful. But right now we have been seeing somewhat of a 50-50 buying and sell. Looking at the 1 hour, 22 buys and 66 sells. So it still seems like there is some bearish sentiment, maybe some indecision of to where the project is going to pump. But be on the lookout for Hoppy. I think that might be the next hot thing. Hey, what's up, Burry? Welcome, welcome. Shout out to Burry from Germany. Like that. See, I like the fact that everybody's from all over the world. Really like the fact that we could go ahead and all get together over some meme projects together, right? Thanks for joining. So yeah, so Hoppy might be the next play. I would say just be on the lookout for that. We do have a liquidity of about 200,000, which is not too bad, with a total market cap of 2 million and their daily volume of 2.49 million. So it's actually a lot higher than Pepe 2.0. So just be on the lookout for Hoppy. I think there is some good news for them too as well. I will go ahead and talk about that a little bit more on the video that I'll be releasing probably next week. Just due to the fact that it seems like a lot of people don't watch the videos on the weekends. So, and the problem with that is that if people don't click on them, YouTube doesn't push the content, and if YouTube doesn't push the content, you won't watch it. So it kind of defeats the purpose, right? So definitely go ahead and smash that like button. But Hoppy might be the next play. Be on the lookout for that. I did call out Gary a while back. I think about a few days ago. The market cap was about 300,000. Right now it's at 88.2K. I was expecting this to go up a lot higher. I did mention liquidity is locked for about 8 months, which is, you know, pretty good. One of the big red flags, which I'll be making a video today actually on this because this is very important. If you are a holder of Gary, I'll just be on the lookout for this due to the fact that it does seem, in my opinion, that this is being a slow rug pull. This is a slow rug pull. This is what a slow rug pull usually looks like. There's more sells than buys. And I think this is a slow rug pull. So I think, honestly, I think I took an L in this project. It did look like they did a fake out up here. I bought it around this area, pumped a bit. We were supposed to have that full-on confirmation of pumping all the way, all the way to breaking possibly new all-time highs. We obviously got rejected around this area, and we just dumped. It was a complete fake out. So from this area up right here, it probably pumped a little bit over 2x, and then it just dumped. So if you are a holder of Gary, be on the lookout for that. I think I'm just gonna keep on holding. I'm already down 80%. So might as well. It could go ahead and have a comeback, and the reason why I say that is due to the fact that they did mention they will be updating their website on August, and August is around the corner. So we'll see what the sentiment's there. But in my opinion, it looks like this might be a slow rug pull going on. So just be on the lookout for that, all right? Obviously, contract is renounced. And the way these... let me go ahead and give you a little backstory with how there's different kind of scammy projects, right? So you have this one that I jumped into. That was a block per. I was up about like a 2x within like 3 hours, or not a 2x. I was up $200, which is, I don't know, probably 30% or 30%. Yeah, maybe 15% in 2 hours, and it was doing pretty good, right? Website's all out, so I can't even show you the website. It's blocked. They literally deleted everything, but they created literally, a website with a white paper, LinkedIn pages. They created like these fake people with names talking about how big and like what they've done in the past and all that. And I already knew it was kind of fishy, and I called it BS, but I was like, maybe the project might pump for another couple days, right? Liquidity wasn't locked though. It was only locked for 15 days. So I was like, you know what? Maybe it might pump for a couple more days. Well, check this out. So what ended up happening is that they rug pulled. And the way that I've realized is because I had a feeling that something wasn't like, I don't know, I had a feeling to go ahead and check, right? So I checked the smart contract, because you have to go ahead and look at sorry, not the smart contract, the transactions. And then I realized that it said this: method, remove liquidity. And I was like, snap, dude. Like, there's no way they just rug pull right now. And I checked, and yup, they ended up pulling all the liquidity. I have tokens that are pretty much worthless at the time, which sucks. So I really can't do anything. The contract was never renounced from my understanding. So this project is just 100% dead. And I took an L. So that's one of the kind of scams, right? The second kind of scams are like, let's say, for example, a Gary scam. Yeah, they're like, people are like, yeah, well, liquidity is locked for 8 months. Well, yeah, liquidity is locked. But we don't know if all of these sellers are probably insider wallets that they had that now they're just selling off. And they're slowly picking up their money. So when liquidity unlocks, they're just going to go ahead and take the remaining liquidity that was in there, which could be $113,000. So that's a slow rug. That's usually how the slow rugs work. So those are two different kind of scams. So this is looking, based on what I've seen in the past, this is what usually slow rugs look like. That they're slowly trying to give you hopium to go ahead and believe that there might still be an opportunity for people to buy, but it's just they're just pulling funds. So this is a slow rug in my opinion. I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but it does look like it might be a slow rug. Probably I would say I'm almost 90% sure that it is a slow rug, honestly. So yeah, that's pretty much it on that. Another project that I've actually noticed that a lot of people have been telling me, it is called Vote.enu. I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard about Vote.enu. So let's go ahead and take a look at the daily, and let me go ahead and give you an overall perspective of how the market is looking. So Vote.enu, I usually like to go ahead and start off on the left side, right? I like looking at all the details. I use the platform called dextools.io. I've been using that for quite a while, so I'm kind of already used to the platform and how to look for projects. You could probably literally look for a project and verify it in maybe less than 5 minutes if you already know what you're looking for. And obviously, you can't go ahead and call these scams 100% anymore, because they've gotten so good. And BlockPer was an example. They literally had a whole entire app talking about they wanted to go ahead and do some sort of Web3 learning development. So it could have been a lot of things. They probably took the information from an actual legit company and made it into a Web3 crypto based one. So people are getting really good with these scams, so you can't base all this information obviously 100%. Meme coins are a gamble. They're like 99% almost a gamble that it's like going to the casino, right? So just go in with that mentality. But let's go ahead and start off with the information, right? Always look at the liquidity. Total liquidity 1.97. It says no liquidity has been detected and it's been locked. I would always suggest looking into the smart contract directly on Etherscan if you know how to read that. If not, I would suggest using ChatGPT. Volume about 80,000, not too bad. Market cap $19 million. So I take that back. It is actually kind of bad in my opinion. If they have a market cap of about 19 million and only a volume of 80,000, it means not that much action is going on. About 5.37k holders, which is actually pretty good for 19 million market cap, right? Because Pepe 2.0 has more holders and has a lower market cap at the moment. The pool was created on 5/11/2023, so that's actually pretty good because it tells you that the project is still running. But looking at it ever since launch, it just looks like it's just been dumping. This could be another scenario of a slow rug. I don't know. We'll go ahead and find out, right? So let's go ahead and read down. And then right here it tells you, the contract details, whether the contract has been verified, a buyer sale tax, honeypot or not. So that looks decent. That looks okay. And then I would see, actually looking at the daily, just to me personally, like I don't like seeing things like this personally. This is probably from the top is a 73% dump. Like there hasn't even been a pump. Like let's say for example, right? Pepe 2.0. Let's just use Pepe 2.0 as an example because we are the Pepe 2.0 bulls, right? Pepe 2.0. It pumped and then it dumped about like 80%, and then after it dumped 80%, it pumped like 700% or like 800%, which is like a 7 or 8x depending on where you bought, and then it dumped another additional 80%. So that's healthy. Now I wouldn't say it's 100% healthy, but it's healthy to see these kind of movements, the movements of when it's pumping and when it's dumping, because when there's buyers, there's sellers, and when there's sellers, there has to be buyers, right? So this dump right here, people are panicking, but when it begins to go ahead and trend up and makes new all-time highs, people are going to be FOMOing all over again. So this is healthy. This is what I like to look at. It's a healthy meme chart, right? This right here, Gary, for example, it looked decent because usually this is how memes go, right? They pump for 2-3 days and then they dump. Well, this one pumped for 2 days and then it dumped. So unless we see a recovery in that, and we see it push to the upside, then it's pretty good, right? But when I see Volt Inu, and it's solely my opinion, I don't know what's going on with the community because community plays a big factor. But when I see this on the daily, and I see literally no like green days from the start, it tells me that there was probably more than likely team tokens. That means the developer had some tokens. There was some, like, I don't want to say insider trading, but they have tokens that they were just dumping on everybody in the community in order for them to go ahead and pull out all this money, because it's only been dumping, and that's on the daily. So let's go ahead and take a look at the monthly. Even with the monthly, bear, red, 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 red. Can this push back up to the upside? Yes, it could, but it's not looking too good. And yeah, I'll definitely be open to go ahead and do a swing trade on this, but it is not looking good whatsoever in my opinion. That is just solely my opinion, right? It's not looking good. I don't like this. This straight red, it's not a good sign. And the fact that it doesn't show whether liquidity is locked or not, also not a good sign. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, it says no liquidity locked. So it could be locked on the smart contract. Obviously, I'm not going to go ahead and do that because the live stream is going to go on longer, right? And we want to go ahead and talk about other projects and other news. Maybe down the line, we'll go ahead and talk about how to look for the smart contract for liquidity. But this is one of the ways without having to go crazy deep, kind of nerdy, kind of looking into the smart contract, right? But I'll definitely go ahead and show everybody how to do that. But yeah, looking at this, it says no liquidity has been detected, that it's been locked. So it could be a slow rug, or they're just going to go ahead and wait and pull, the full-on 2 million. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing there. So that's one. I've been talking about SafeMoon, actually. Now it looks like it's been pumping. So SafeMoon 2.0, I was saying a couple of days ago that we might be seeing a 3-4, actually, was it a 3x? Let me check. I think it was a 3x or 4x pump, like around this area. I said this area would go ahead. You need to go ahead and focus on this area being broken. I like to go ahead and keep it simple. So we just need to go ahead and focus on this yellow square being broken. And if it does break, with momentum, obviously, right, we could go ahead and expect a quick little 2-3x on that. Just be on the lookout for that. Another project that I've been keeping my eyes on is an edible. This one's a pretty interesting project. It looks like right now it looks decent, you know. It looks like it tried pumping, it dumped, it got rejected. Usually I've seen these trends on another project called Monkeys, which I'll show you the chart. And usually you could go ahead and capture another little pump. So once we kind of do get that information of a reversal, we could go ahead and expect this to probably, see, the ruler doesn't even tell me how much, but guessing on what I'm looking at, probably like a 5x right here. So this could be a nice little trade as well. Liquidity seems like it's not locked either, so be on the lookout for that. But this might be a nice little trade setup coming up. I would definitely go ahead and recommend everybody, if you are using DEX tools, to go ahead and save it and put it on your side right here, and then just keep a look at daily. Look at it to go ahead and see if there's any news coming up, just in case you been waiting for like a buy entry and you miss out, right? Because this project right now, Bitcoin, Harry Potter, Sonic 10, Obama Inu, I called out on my first couple videos when I started the channel around this area right here. And I mentioned that there might be a pump coming soon. And unfortunately, I forgot about it, and because it got deleted, and it pumped from that time that I called it out, and you would have bought in, you would have captured a 3,126% return, which is about a 30x of your money. So that is really insane. You have to be on the lookout. It took this project 3 months to go ahead and even get close to hitting a 62 million market cap. So that's what I always tell people on Pepe 2.0. Be very patient. We could be hitting that 1 billion market cap on Pepe 2.0 as long as the community stays together and still believes it's possible, you know. Even this project has a higher, people are like, why, like, what's up with this project? It's called Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, Inu. Like, that's a weird name, right? Well, it doesn't matter because it has a 62 million market cap, while Pepe 2.0 currently right now has like what, 18 million, you know. And it's all because the community believes in this project. There's a community behind this, you know. They're very passionate about their ticker symbol and all that, and they push it, and they're holding, and they're diamond handing, and they're telling everybody about it, and they're not panicking on small dips. They're actually buying more. Right now, it obviously could have retraced, right? Obviously, it could probably retrace like 80-90%. But what I'm trying to say is that it takes time to go ahead and capture these 5,000, 3,000% gains. You just have to go ahead and be patient. And obviously, it might take you a few L's. You know, I took an L on block per. You guys saw that on live. It looks like I took another L on Gary. It is what it is. One that looks like it's going to be playing out very well for me, though. It looks like Hoppy's going to be playing out, and Pepe 2.0. So hopefully I can go ahead and make my money back, or even, plus profits on those because of the 2 L's that I've already taken. But it's good. You always have to be on the lookout looking for new projects. Another project that I've been talking about that I'm very bullish, and I'm going to be making a video this week, it's Pepe Gains. Why? Because it's deflationary. So meaning it's always going to be steadily going up because there's a burn mechanism. And if you actually hold Pepe Gains, they actually give you Pepe, the original token, and rewards back for staking. Their staking protocol hasn't been out. I haven't been too deep into this community because one of my subscribers just mentioned this project to me. So I would really appreciate everybody to go ahead and comment down below and project you want me to go ahead and review, talk about, do some TA, because not only do you go ahead and help me make more content, but you also could go ahead and see my perspective live on what I see on the project and what I'm bullish on, and now we could go ahead and push out content for that community, right? I'm very bullish on Pepe 2.0 or Pepe Gains, so you will definitely be seeing more content coming up. It looks like they're at a total market cap of 2.15 million, which is actually underpriced in my opinion. And they have a liquidity locked for 100 years, 99% of the liquidity. So that tells you that their goal is not to go ahead and go anywhere. Can it slowly do a rug pull? Yes, we just never know. But based on what I'm looking at this chart, I like it. If you would have bought in from the beginning, you probably would have been able to capture a what? Let me see. I want to do the right calculations. Let's say you got in at day of launch. You would have been easily able to capture, if you sold the top, a 1600%, which is about a 16x. And even then, when it did dump at its all-time high, it retraced about 69%, and then it has been trending back up about 100%. So this is a healthy looking chart. This is what a healthy chart looks like. Can it dump even further? Yes. But you have to keep in mind there's a sell tax of 9%, and some of that goes onto Pepe gains being burnt, which makes this token more valuable. So just be on the lookout. I like seeing little trends like this. Sometimes capturing those massive trends to the upside and downside scare a lot of people. This looks like a healthy project. It's slowly climbing up, slowly but surely. And maybe once we go ahead and get this official meme coin bull run, this probably thing could go ahead and pump to 50x. I don't know. But if it's tied up to Pepe, the original one, what did you think if Pepe does good and we have the meme coin season going? You don't think Pepe gains will make you a good amount of money, especially if you go up plus you're getting rewards? Like, you're almost getting double the money, right? And no, I'm not getting paid for any of these projects, so I kind of wish I was, right? I wish I was, because I definitely want to have some Pepe gains in my portfolio. I don't have any yet, but I'll definitely be adding to a position very soon once I get the chance. Another token that I've been talking about very heavily, it's Beep. I think this is an undervalued token. They actually have a collaboration with BitBoy. BitBoy. I was gonna say BitBoy Crypto. BitBoy, which is pretty good. They have liquidity locked for about 4 months, which is not looking the best, but I'm sure they'll probably go ahead and relock it based on like what their goals are. I have spoken to the team. They reached out to me on Twitter. They have a very, very, very strong community. They literally, as soon as I made a video, I never even knew about them. Once again, a subscriber commented down below, and I did my research, made a video, and the community was going crazy. Very, very strong community. Probably like one of the second to strongest communities that I've seen, second to Pepe 2.0. Like, I think Beep has a stronger community than Pepe 2.0 in my opinion, because when I uploaded that video, they were like literally going crazy. Like, I had over 60 comments, over 60 likes, and this so far right now, Beep, that video I made for them, or I've made for the community, has done really good as far as comments and likes, because the whole entire community went over there and pushed the video. So that's pretty crazy. So I have been in talks with the team on this. Hopefully we could go ahead and do maybe a live stream, a Twitter space, I don't know. There's definitely going to be a lot of things. Trust me, I'm working on my end too. You might see like the TA stuff and all this, but I'm working on big things on the back end as well. That when I'm invested into these tokens and I'm talking about these tokens, I want to try to go ahead and bring out the best news possible, a little bit more exclusively, and that sometimes means reaching out to the development team directly to go ahead and get more information about like what's going on, right? So I do know that Beep is doing some massive things, and I'm not sure if I could really go ahead and say much, but what I could tell you is that I think this is really going to be pumping once we get the confirmation, because this thing has slowly been trending and their community has been pumping this thing up. Like, they have a very, very strong community, and like I said, I think it might be even stronger than Pepe 2.0 community. Pepe 2.0 has a strong community, but Beep, I think Beep beats it, and they only have 1,000 holders with a market cap of 1 million, so that's insane as well. Another project that I was looking at before we go ahead and start getting into the more boring stuff, which is like TA and like the overall sentiment of the market, and the reason why you click this video, the huge warning onto why you want to go ahead and watch out with Pepe 2.0 at the moment and the whole entire meme coin space. But let's go ahead and talk about this other project that I was looking at. So this one's like a very sketchy one, right? And I say sketchy because usually these could go ahead and be rug pulls or whatever the case is. But like, look at this one, like XRP 2.0, like literally pumped over like 30,000%, right? And this one looks really interesting. Just wanted to go ahead and mention that. But one that I'm looking at right now that looks really good, in my opinion. The chart looks okay, but looking at the website, I believe this is running on Binance Smart Chain. The token is ticker symbol is Leo. It's called Alcazar.world, which is like a casino inspired token. So I'm not sure if this is live yet, but you're actually going to be able to, if you're a gambler, right? You'll be able to go ahead and play these games with BNB and probably other crypto assets. Looks like they're accepting Tether and BUSD or BNB. So if you guys are not aware, you know, the casino is one of the biggest markets out there. So online gambling. So I think this is going to be very bullish. Just be on the lookout for that. I'm going to keep my eyes on this because if they have, I have to do more research, right? But if they have some sort of utility where, like, let's say with the Leo tokens, you get a discount or you get a rewards for holding onto their tokens based on like any kind of lottery sort of thing they have, because they're doing casinos and sport betting. So you're going to be able to play like slot machines. Let's see what else you'll be able to play. It looks like you can play like mini games, raffles, and you'll actually be able to play blackjack and roulette. I'm really big on blackjack. I like blackjack. It's really fun. That's probably one of my favorite games to play. I know how to play a little bit of roulette. I usually only go for black. It seems like that's usually the one that always wins. But comment down below if you guys are into, you know, gambling yourselves. Like, do you guys like, you know, roulette, sports betting? You know, I wish I knew how to do sports betting. I'm not too much of a sports person, but like this is what like really interests me. You know what I mean? Like, if you could just go ahead and sit down at the comfort of wherever you are and just, you know, play, kind of gamble with on the casino, that would be pretty cool, right? Then again, these meme tokens that we're in is pretty much gambling. So that's pretty much it on the meme coin space that I want to go ahead and pull out. The live streams were really just for me to go ahead and put out that information as soon as possible. So when I make those videos, you guys are not a little late. Like, let's say if there's a pump or there's a dump. So definitely go ahead and smash that subscribe button if you are new, because like I mentioned, usually on the live streams, I pull out the content right there and then when I get that information. For uploading the videos, is going to depend on whether it's a weekend, whether it's a couple days, right? So these tokens that I'm talking about, I haven't even done content for yet. They will be coming up this week, so just be on the lookout for the ones I talked about. And obviously they're on my watch list just to go ahead and see if there's any buying opportunities. Before I actually do move on, this was the one I'm really looking at right now and I'm super bullish on, and it is called Unibot. Look at this thing pump. This thing actually has a real case utility as well. This thing has literally pumped all the way up to a 570%, which is about a 5x. It was going around $11 and currently at $76. Hopefully this thing could dump to like 35 or 40 because there's a very strong utility behind this. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave everybody with that. Go ahead and check out Unibot. I'm going to be making a video about them very soon, and we'll be talking about it in the next live stream as well. But let's go ahead and talk about what is going on with the whole entire economy. Why I wouldn't say you should be panicked, but why you should be aware of what is going on currently at the moment with the whole entire crypto side, right? Yeah, Pepe 2.0, let's go. So looking at the DXY, right? This is a dollar index. I was talking about yesterday's live stream. I mentioned we have to be on the lookout for this. If you're not aware what the dollar index is, it's pretty much the strength of the US dollar. Unfortunately, the US markets have a lot of impact worldwide of how the markets react. And right now, it just seems like Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are way too tied up with US markets. Depending on how the US markets move, it usually affects Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So that's the reason why looking at the strength of the dollar is very important. A lot of people don't know this, and especially if you're not like into TA, and you just like when moon, when this. I always suggest everybody, it's good to go ahead and at least know about this, because now you have a better understanding of how the market moves, right? You don't want to be that person that's on Telegram or Twitter and just saying when moon, when this, and not having no idea like what's going on, like a sheep, right? Like, you don't want to be a sheep. Like, this channel is not for sheep. This channel is for wolves. This channel is for people that want to go ahead and learn, expand their mindset, and learn new things, especially in this crypto space, right? Because that is one of the very important things that, in my opinion, that I think that everybody should be doing, right? Is learning every day new things. Like, I learn things every day from all of you, you know, by commenting new projects, learning new things, doing research. I learn from everybody. So you should definitely go ahead and do the same. I know this is the boring stuff. No one wants to hear about what the US market, the debt market, no one cares, right? But unfortunately, it does matter to how your life is impacted and how your investments are impacted. So you definitely want to go ahead and listen very carefully, especially if you're a Pepe 2.0 holder. Okay, so you don't want to be that next sheep on Twitter, on Telegram, when moon, and then complaining why your investments are down because you don't know this kind of information, right? We're taking it to the next level. I have experience trading the typical boring stock market, trading stock options. I've been doing that since 2017. Kind of pivoted due to the whole entire AMC GameStop move when they went ahead and like shut down all the brokers from pulling your money. So I lost a lot of money then. I also made a good decent amount of money. But the fact that I like about crypto is the fact that it's decentralized, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I got into this space, is the fact that we are currently somewhat decentralized, right? And that's why I want to go ahead and talk about this. The US dollar, there's a lot of impact directed with crypto, and I mentioned on yesterday's live stream that looking at the daily chart, there could be a high possibility, and it looks like it's going to happen, that we might be touching the area of 103. So what does that mean? What does a 103 mean? Well, it means that when the US dollar goes up in value, cryptocurrencies go down. So in reality, we want and we need, as bad as it sounds, we need the economy to crash in order for crypto to go up. That's really what the secret is. And a lot of you probably know, a lot of you probably don't, right? We need the whole entire financial system to collapse in order for crypto to go up. And there's a reason why I'm extremely bullish with cryptocurrencies, because I really do believe, in my opinion, that there will be a crash coming in soon. I don't know when. I'm predicting, in my opinion, and then by 2024 to 2026, in between then, I think in between the Bitcoin halving, have you noticed that this is the reason why now they're pushing for this ETF? Why Ripple won the court deal, or whatever the case is, the lawsuit? Because banks know that there's going to be a massive financial collapse coming soon. So what do you think they're looking to do? What do you think JP Morgan and all these big banks are trying to do? You think they care about crypto? Maybe, but you know what they really care about the most? Making money. That's really all they care about, is making money. How can the banks make more money? And that is what's currently going on right now with the financial system overall. Banks are now realizing that you can make a lot of money trading meme coins. They realize that you could probably become a millionaire trading Pepe 2.0. And they hate it because they want to be in the market as well. And this is the reason why they're trying to push regulation on cryptocurrencies overall. They realize that you can make a lot of money trading NFTs of monkeys. You could become a millionaire trading monkey pictures. They thought it was a joke, and they realized that it's not. They realize that cryptocurrencies are taking over, and they realize they can't do anything about it. They're just spreading FUD. They're scaring everybody in order for them to go ahead and buy the dips. And when it's time in the market, they're going to go ahead and push it to new all-time highs while they all make money off you and I. So this is the reason why I always suggest doing your own research. Most importantly, be aware of what's going on in the whole entire economical financial system, because this is very important. And right now, looking at the US dollar, it looks like it might touch that 103 area. And if it does, what does that mean? Well, if it goes up, that means Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are going to go down. And that's not good. Why? Because if Bitcoin goes down, which could be a high possibility, we could probably see Bitcoin going as low as $28,000. And I think, in my opinion, there's a high probability that we could go as low as $24,000 to $25,000. And that's not good, because right now there hasn't been any volume. Volume slowly trying to pick up. If we get rejected one more time, which it looks like we are, we're probably going to go ahead and be breaking down to the $28,000 area. And if we can't recover from there, we're going to be dumping into $25,000. And you're like, John, why do I care about Bitcoin? I don't trade Bitcoin, or I don't hold Bitcoin. Well, unfortunately, Bitcoin still kind of moves with meme coins. And if Bitcoin dumps, let's say to $25,000, which isn't much, it's probably a 15% dump. I'm assuming, I don't know. I don't have my little ruler to test it. What does that mean? Well, that means that meme coins are probably either, a lot of them are going to die off, or they're going to dump an additional 80 to 90%. So this is the reason why I'm saying it's very, very important that if you're a Pepe 2.0 holder, not throwing FUD out there, to be prepared of what the possibility could be coming around the corner. There might be a buying opportunity. This thing might just rocket, you know. It could just happen that really good news happens, that Bitcoin just breaks to $37,000 and the whole entire crypto space is mooning. It's a high probability. But looking at what I'm looking on the reaction overall in the market, it is not looking too well. And also, the way I could go ahead and tell is by looking at the kind of content that I post, how people are reacting to it. The live streams have been doing well, but honestly, the Pepe 2.0 content was doing a lot better about a week to 2 weeks. So what does that tell me? That people are slowly not looking up too many cryptocurrencies. So when the viewership kind of slowly starts trending down on YouTube, and then we kind of see the sentiment of the market, it kind of tells you what retail investors are thinking. They're not feeling too confident in the market. And right now, there isn't that much confidence in the market. We could get rejected down to $27,000, and then we could go ahead and dump down to $25,000. And like I repeated myself, why does it matter, John? Why does it matter? Because it matters because we could probably see another additional 80 to 90% dump on Pepe 2.0. It could go down to 8 million market cap. We're at 15.95 million market cap. It's not looking the best. I'm bullish long term on Pepe 2.0. I'm bullish in 3 months, but I'm just letting everybody know that if we do dump to 8 million market cap, which I'm crossing my fingers we do, I want to buy the dip. That's what I'm going to do. So what I'm saying is just prepare to have some money on the side. Obviously not financial advice. I would say right now, in my opinion, let's say friend to friend, brother to brother, sister to brother, mother to son, whatever the case is, right? Dad to dad, I would suggest just stack your money to the side right now. Just stay on the sideline. If you're like, you know what, I'm okay with possibly seeing my portfolio dump an additional 60 to 80%, then just keep on slowly buy in. DCA, dollar cost average in. And if not, just go ahead and stack your money to the side, because let me tell you the secret. This is what the big whales are doing. They're stacking their money and they're just waiting on the sideline, waiting to see how the market's going to react. Once they realize and they see that the market's reacting very good and there's a good overall sentiment, this thing's going to pump. The whole market's going to pump. But right now, even looking at Pepe 2.0, we can see volume has been slowing down. This is a buying opportunity that's coming in, a buying opportunity for all these cryptos that we just discussed. Can some of these cryptos pump another additional 20, 30, 40, 50 1,000%? Yes. Yes, it could happen. But for the good projects that are here to stay long term, like Pepe 2.0, I think it's going to stay here for the long term. I think it could be like the next Shiba Inu, the next Pepe. This is the time that the whales are just slowly watching, because we got rejected right here. We got rejected right here. And if we do see a pump, like I mentioned, we could go ahead and see this pump up 100 to 200%, which is about a 1.5x to a 2x. And then we could go ahead and see a dump from this high right here down to 88%. And I'm hoping it does dump, because I want to buy in at 8 million, because when it dumps to 8 million, that's an area that the whales are looking at. The whales are looking at Pepe 2.0 right here. This is what they're looking at. If we break the support, if we break this green square, we're going to break down here. And once 8 million or whatever market cap happens, they're going to all buy in high, and this thing is going to make new all-time highs. So literally, that's really what the warning is that right now crypto is not looking good overall. All the currencies are not doing too well. Gold and silver is dumping a little bit for today. Obviously, when it's Friday, you usually tend to see a sell-off in the market. Stocks look like they finished decently. I don't even think the stock market has finished yet. There's a few hours left, or I think an hour left of trading, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot, honestly. I haven't traded in such a long time. The stock market. So I think there's probably an hour left for trading the stock market, or it might be done with. But yeah, it doesn't look like anything's going to happen. And usually when it's a Friday, there usually isn't that much action going on, because on Friday, a lot of these traders do not want to go ahead and hold on to any stocks, so they do sell-offs or they take profits, because they know coming the weekend is very risky for them to hold the position. Coming Monday, that like bad news comes in and the whole entire market dumps, and that's what usually happens on Fridays. So there's usually a sell-off every Friday, and right now, looking at this, we could go ahead and pump up to the 103, 105 area and dump down. But this is the good news, because we're not here to just go ahead and talk about the bad, right? We're here to talk about being realistic, because when I didn't know any about this, and I didn't looked at any of this, and I ignored it, and I just looked at When Moon, and I looked at Twitter influencers, other YouTubers, whatever the case is, all I had was ever hope. And there gets a point in line where all you have is so much hope that you just start losing hope and lose interest, and you're like, you know what, I'm done with this space. But here comes the good news. That I think there could be a high probability that, yeah, we might dump in cryptocurrencies in the next coming days, possibly. But the good news is that there could be a high probability that we get rejected around this area. We could get rejected around the 103. We could get rejected around this 105. And guess what? If we get rejected around those areas, the dollar will be crashing down to about $89. Which is good for you and I. Sucks for everybody worldwide, right? Especially if they're not invested into cryptocurrencies or the stock market. That's why being financially savvy about the market structure, you're able to predict where the market is going to go, or you have a better understanding. Like, oh snap, we're really deeply in a recession. Let's go ahead and let's not invest too much, just stack up on cash. So when those buying opportunities come in, we buy in and we push to the upside. So I slowly have been selling my Pepe 2.0 bags, jumping into different projects. I jumped into Hoppy, Gary, and this other project, Blockper. Well, I took an L on Blockper because it was a scam, so I got scammed on that. Gary looks like it's a scam, so I got scammed on that. And then Hoppy looks like it might go ahead and pump. But overall, I kind of sold my Pepe 2.0 bags at break even, because I bought in at a higher market cap. I bought in at the 30 million market. Originally I bought in at 15 million, and then I bought in at 30. So I ended up taking profits around, or broke even around the 35 to 25 million market cap, because if it does dump, I'm going to buy in with bigger bags. So right now I'm just stacking cash to the side, So when it does dump, I'm going to be able to buy more into Pepe 2.0 and all these other projects that I just talked about. But in order for that to happen, in order for that bullish sentiment of the market, we need to see the dollar to come down. We need the dollar to crash. We need to see that come down. And once it starts coming down, and I think overall we could be seeing a massive dump of the US dollar to $89 around 2024, which is really interesting, right? I've been saying I think there's going to be a bull run in 2024 to 2025. So overall, just to go ahead and make it in the most simplest form ever, because I went a little bit technical and I went a little bit more deeper than probably most people will go ahead and do. But if the dollar crashes, this is really good, because that means all these meme coins and altcoins are going to go up. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just, obviously not financial advice, just be on the lookout with the market. Right now it doesn't look like this is the best time to go ahead and be buying into meme coins. Altcoins is a little different, because with altcoins, we all know most of these probably have some sort of utility behind them. Like, let's say Ethereum, Bitcoin, like even if it does dump 80, 70%, we all know 100% Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to keep on going up. We don't know if Pepe 2.0 will still be around, right? That's kind of the issue with meme coins. We don't know if the hype's still going to go around. Like, if Pepe 2.0 does dump to 8 million, it's all going to be between the community, you and I, to go ahead and push it moving forward. Because if the community is not able to push at the 8 million market cap, if we dump down here, then the project might just be dead. I really doubt that's the case. I think we're going to go ahead and have a lot of buy-ins around this area, because big whales are looking at this project very carefully, and they're waiting for that buying opportunity, and they're waiting for you to go ahead and completely sell your bag in order for them to go ahead and get that really good price. And they're pushing FUD in order for you to sell at a loss and move on. If you're at a loss, I would just suggest dollar cost averaging. Obviously, do whatever you feel comfortable with. If you would rather just go ahead and sell out your bags 100%, then so be it. But if you're able to break even or take in a little bit of profits right now, I would suggest taking some profits. And if it dumps, now at least you have some money in your pocket and you're able to buy the dip. And if it doesn't dump and it just continues to pump, well, then, oh well, at least your risk wasn't as high, right? But I would suggest that this is a time to go ahead and stack, because meme coins could possibly, a lot of them, be dead. Altcoins could go ahead and dump in another additional 30 to 40%, in my opinion. And I think this is going to be the time to go ahead and be stacking up on all these coins and be on the lookout for meme coins, because if we do have that bull run, that meme coin bull run, Pepe 2.0 could easily hit over 1 billion market cap. Easily. Chris said their Twitter was really quiet today. That's unusual. Let's go ahead and look at their Twitter. Yeah, you're actually right. Their Twitter is actually kind of quiet. It looks like the only post was at 12, because I was up today, I was up pretty early, honestly. I was up pretty early and I saw that that developer actually posted these news on Telegram about this. So what I could tell you is that the team is working on a lot of things, but what I'm just here to tell you is, like I mentioned, I've been in this space for a while, right? And I've been in this space in the stock market as well. And I remember when I was watching influencers or stuff like that, and I remember they would always say, yeah, just diamond hand, just hold, while they were literally dumping their tokens on you, or they already sold their bags. You know what I mean? Like how much would that suck? And I'm sure you probably noticed that, you know what I mean? When there's influencers, or when they're telling you like moon bag, diamond hands forever, we're never selling, we're never taking profits. And then next thing you know, they already sold their position, and they're not even, they're just there to go ahead and just make money off hope, off of you. And that's obviously, that's not something what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be transparent. You know, my transparency might hit me back, People might be mad that I've been saying that I'm slowly selling my position. They might be mad that I'm saying, you know, these warnings about Pepe 2.0. No, I'm just stating the facts of what I see. I was bullish around all of this. I didn't even expect a dump like this to happen, because I was like, no, we're too strong. Yes, this is a head and shoulders pattern. It is going to dump further, but I really doubt it because our community is strong. Well, our community let all the FUD get to us around this area right here. And realistically, because I made a good decent amount of money right here, swing trading it and holding it. And I never secured any of my profits because I thought I was going to go up higher. And I did secure one of my profits, swing trading. And then obviously my greed took over, and I thought this was going to be a reversal. It was a fake out, and I lost all of that. Lost about almost 20 grand. And I'm still bullish on Pepe 2.0. Still bullish. Lost over 20 grand, but I'm still bullish over Pepe 2.0 because I did a swing trade right here, captured about a little bit over 8 grand right here, and then went long right here again, got liquidated, and I lost. And then I was right here, and I was like, no, I think we're good. We're gonna push back to the upside again. Then got liquidated again, and then right here, I was like, slowly now breaking even. I was like, you know what? This is not looking good, because this was acceptable. This was acceptable for me. I was like, you know what? This is very. It was like common sense seeing this dump right here, literally almost at the TA side, right? But now breaking this support right here, when we broke this area right here and we started going down, I'm like, yeah, we're in a bearish trend at the moment. This is a buying opportunity. And that's what's going on. So this is a buying opportunity overall. I think right now this is the time to go ahead and have cash ready to the side. Can I be wrong? Can this thing go ahead and break through this red square? Yes. But I'm just giving you the possibilities of what could happen and what might be happening. So just go ahead and prepare yourself mentally, because at the end of the day, this is all a mental game. It's all a mental game. I can literally now go up every day knowing that I at least sold somewhat of my bags, took some decent profits on Pepe 2.0 the last coming days, threw in into some of these, I aped into some of these BS tokens that I got scammed on, that I was better off leaving it on Pepe 2.0. But that's what happens when you start acting emotionally, not start, you know, reacting with common sense. I reacted emotionally, and obviously I'm here with my transparency telling you what you shouldn't do, but I'm still in Pepe 2.0. And, you know, looking at the projects that I aped into, greed obviously took over, because I lost some money swing trading Pepe, and my goal was to go ahead and recover that money back or make more. And obviously, you know, greed took over, and I got scammed on BlockPer, and I'm probably getting scammed on Gary too. And it was an act of emotion. I went off my analysis knowing that I should have probably waited for a confirmation based on emotion, right? So the only project that's going to play out for me now moving forward is more than likely, like 90%, going to be Hoppy and Pepe 2.0. And I'll probably be at profits. But what have I learned from this mistake, right? I've learned to go ahead and follow my own rules, right? Because sometimes we get onto the emotional side where I lost money here, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and try to make it back quick. So I broke even trying to make my profits that I didn't take on Pepe 2.0 at its all-time high, getting into these other projects that I just didn't even do my research or didn't wait. Because usually with projects, especially meme coins, you want to either wait a couple days for confirmation like this, where you're like, okay, now it might go up, or you just go ahead and dollar cost average. Those are the only two ways to really do it. Or just take the risk of there might be a possibility that you might be getting scammed. You know, but if Gary does play out right, which doesn't look like it will, but we'll see. If it does play out right, then my risk was worth it, because it only has 248 holders with a total market cap of 88,000. I got in around 300,000. Yeah, liquidity is locked 8 months. Either way, if you're watching this, do not buy Gary as of yet. And I'm a holder. I'm a holder, and I'm telling you, dude, do not buy it. Do not buy it because it looks like this is a rug pull. It looks like this is a slow rug pull. Do not buy it. That's what I would suggest. Do not buy it until you get that confirmation. Once you get that confirmation that it looks like it's going to be pumping and there's going to be some good news, you might have missed, buying it over here at the bottom. You might have to buy over here at the top, but at least now you know that you're bullish. This thing doesn't even have a Telegram set up. That's the risk, you know what I mean? That's the risk you take with these tokens. It's all a gamble. It is all a gamble. Gary maybe could pump to a 20-30 million market cap, and if it does, I'm gonna make a boatload of money. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna lose it. And that's kind of the mentality you have to go in with these meme coins, right? With altcoins, it's a little different. You can go ahead and just dollar cost average onto Ethereum because it's not going to go anywhere. BNB, it's probably not going to go anywhere. Cardano is not going to go anywhere. So overall, what I'm trying to tell everybody with the sentiment of what's going on with the market is just to be aware that the meme coins might take a massive hit. The tokens that we talked about today might be dead in the next literally couple months, couple weeks, if we do not see Bitcoin breaking to the upside. If we don't see that volume pick up and break, Pepe 2.0 might be done if the community doesn't push forward. Because literally, I think that's the only thing we're waiting for right now. I feel like our community has slowly shifted and lost interest because they all jumped into the 2.0 hype. And where do you see the 2.0 hype right now? Tell me, which one's the only one that you see up here right now trending? Pepe 2.0 so far, and Baby Deutsch 2.0. Let's see how they're doing. And they're dumping. And they're dumping. So people probably sold their Pepe 2.0 panic, bought into this, and they're at a massive loss. If everybody would have just held their tokens and not would have panic sold around this area right here, we would have bounced back very quickly. But this is what FOMO in the market happens, and a lot of paper hands left. We were almost at 14,000 holders, and we lost about almost 1,000 literally as we were dumping very quick. Like almost over a day, we literally lost 1,000 holders. And that's what I'm just trying to say. It's all going to come down to the community. The community needs to go ahead and be pushing, and the community I've been seeing has been slowly dying off. And I hope that I'm wrong, and I hope that we all make a lot of money, and I'm sure Pepe 2.0 is going to do really good, but we need the community to go ahead and start pushing back up. The good thing that I could say is that yesterday we tuned into the Twitter space, right? We had over 4,000 listeners in the Twitter space. And guess what as well? I was one of the speakers on the Twitter space. They called me up. I raised my hand and I called up and I spoke up, said my opinion. If you guys did not see that, it was in the last live stream from yesterday. The last live stream besides this one that you're watching now, I was on the Twitter space, and I'm trying to talk to the community members, the admins, the mods. My goal right now, and I'm letting you guys in some alpha, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm going to go ahead and try to see if they could go ahead and allow me to host Twitter spaces every day for Pepe 2.0. Because if we could go ahead and do that, we could go ahead and bring more awareness to the project. Pepe 2.0 has a really good narrative, a really good story, but the community is slowly dying off, and that's what we need. We need community. At the end of the day, these tokens, any tokens, even in my opinion with some utility, still require a community. Just like the dev always says, right? If you could believe it, you could achieve it. And it seems like a lot of people are not believing it right now. They've been losing a lot of hope. They're panicking. They're like, I'm done with this. I'm done with Pepe 2.0. I'm moving on. And they're going to regret it if we pull through. If we pull through, which is the biggest if. And right now it's like in a critical area. And that's why I'm in talks right now trying to see what I could go ahead and do for the community, you know? And the way all of you could go ahead and help is by starting your own YouTube channel, you know, tweeting, starting your own Twitter if you don't have one. Comment down below, you know, that's the way you can go ahead and get more people to watch the videos. Liking the video helps a lot as well. I would say subscribing, yeah, subscribing helps but only subscribe if you're gonna watch my content. Don't subscribe if you're just gonna go ahead and just subscribe. I want people that are gonna subscribe to the channel that are here to win, here to go ahead and learn, and here to go ahead and push whatever we do moving forward, right? Whether it's Pepe 2.0, whether it's another project, whether it's trading, whether it's NFTs, whatever the case is, right? The whole entire point, the same thing with a YouTube channel, is all about community. It's about building that strong community. This is the reason why I go live with everybody, because my goal is to go ahead and build a community, a strong community. If we have a strong community as a channel, you could achieve a lot of things together. And it's the same thing with Pepe 2.0. What would you rather be around with? Would you rather be around only one winner, or would you be around 20 to 30 to 60,000 winners? And I'm not talking about like winners as in like making gains on the crypto market or whatever the case is. I'm talking about winners in mentality, having that winner mindset. Because it's all about being with positive. It's very important to listen to positive people, have positive influences in your life, and most importantly, to go ahead and have a positive community, if you want to call it. I would say friendship, circle. That's what's very important, is to go ahead and have and be surrounded by like-minded individuals. We're in together. You're watching this stream right now because we have something in common, right? Something of interest. Pepe 2.0. That's the interest, that's what I'm hoping, or cryptocurrencies. I hope that you're interested into cryptocurrencies. I hope that what I just told you about the DXY kind of open up your mindset and you're like, wow, like I never knew this. Like this is very interesting. Like it's boring. I don't like it. I don't find it. It isn't something I would like to do, but it's at least actually cool now that I know the way the market moves. Right? So that's where it really all comes down to. Community. Same thing with Pepe 2.0. Community. If there's people and fudders out there talking all this negative stuff about the project, and there's new investors trying to come in, do you think an investor is going to come in with a project that has a negative community, people fighting everything, people talking bad, people not supporting each other on it? And that's what we need for Pepe 2.0 to go up. We could go ahead and break down all the technicals, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to community. And with that being said, go ahead and smash that like button. Comment down below another project you want me to go ahead and talk about. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now. I'm going to go ahead and just rest for a while, and then just go ahead and get these videos cranking up and rolling. But like I mentioned, any news that do come out that are very important, I'll go ahead and make sure to do that. You will be seeing a lot better quality coming up. Camera is going to be changing. Audio is going to be a lot better. I know you hear probably a lot of background noise. That's going to be being fixed very soon. And I forgot to mention, if this doesn't get rejected, we could go ahead and see the dollar trend up, which would be really bad, right? But you will be seeing a lot better content. Even if you go back to my content, see the improvement. The goal is to go ahead and improve every day, personally, mentally, physically, spiritually, any kind of way, right? And that's why I suggest everybody to comment down below another project you want me to go ahead and talk about. It gets me excited. I don't have to repeat myself over and over again on all these projects. Plus, you bring more awareness to other projects that people want to go ahead and learn about, right? Just like Burry, he's from Germany. Like, comment down below. Where are you from? What are your guys' plans for today? Go ahead and support the Twitter page. Go ahead and support the page. Big, massive things are coming up. But it all really comes down to patience, and that's what we need to go ahead and focus on moving forward. I really appreciate it, everybody. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Only subscribe if you're here to be a winner, if you're here to go ahead and show love to the channel overall, right? Look at it this way. It's a win-win situation, right? You win, I win, we all win. You want to be surrounded by winners. and that's all you want. So go ahead and make sure to smash that subscribe button if you're a wolf, if you're a winner, and you're here to go ahead and dominate in this space of crypto. I really appreciate it, everybody. It's Altcoin John. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Comment down below your opinion of what you believe of what I said, and